2, 1. So what it do? It's your boy 3CP, and we live with the No Huddle podcast. And wow, that was a game last night. That was probably one of the biggest beatings John Tyler's given Lee. Since it's been about 3 or 4 years since I've seen him beat him that bad. About 3 or 4, yeah. But nevertheless, they came back and did their thing. Like, they came back with a big statement game, and they showed everybody that it's not over yet. Like I told y'all, never trip. First game, come on, that's Cedar Hill. We know Lee isn't Cedar Hill now. Lee is not. They kind of down this year. They lost Amy and everything, so we can't just say, oh, everything's great right now. But still, they're good enough to get things done. The running game was good. Cam Grant, man, every time the dude touched the ball, it was a touchdown most of the time. Every time he touched the ball, it was a touchdown. So with that being said, we got Longview coming up. Big game against Longview. Now you can always know that Longview and Gentile have been trading wins at each other's home field for the past few years. So going to Longview makes it a little bit more on John Tyler's side, because last time we went to Longview, they kind of got beat pretty bad, and we was watching Lobo fans leaving like fourth quarter, and that Lobo Stadium was kind of empty over there last time we was in Longview. I mean, dudes were so mad. Dudes on the forum. The one dude got banned from the forum because he started he was so mad. He was so pissed off about the loss. He wanted to fight people, like, on the forum, because one of our guys was posting stuff that he said and bringing up stuff that never happened and stuff, and he was so pissed off. He just got out. He started cussing and people, and the forum banned him. I don't know what happened to that guy. That guy was mad. But yeah, we doing this live. We still gonna report it. We still got it recorded for YouTube though. So the episode gonna up to YouTube, and we might just keep doing this. Do it live, upload to YouTube. Good idea, So yeah, man, JT, it was 65 points. I believe everybody on the JT's bench had a chance to play. I mean, I think the third or fourth team started playing in the fourth quarter. Like the whole fourth quarter, I think the third string team was playing. Like I told y'all, like I tell you, that their whole thing was those slants. Like, he's gonna fake. I told you he's gonna hand it off, fake the throw, and throw a slant. That's really all he was doing, is throwing slants. But now the secondary for JT was getting kind of burnt. So a few times they was getting burnt a little bit over top, and that's gonna be something you gotta look for, because I heard Longview actually got some good receivers now, where like they don't rely on their tight end like they usually do. Like last year and years before that, I heard they got like the dude King is throwing through his receivers, and they're making plays. So if that's the case, then whatever happened at Cedar Hill with JT and the receivers getting burnt for long touchdowns, that can't happen Friday. So the cornerback situation, I don't know. We got to do something with that. Cam Grant was on defense, which was a good thing I seen. He made an interception. That going both ways thing, I just don't like it, because back in the days, the '94 team when JT, that's when you kind of had to do that, because some of your best players played both ways, and the depth of everybody didn't have that big depth chart of team. But this, like, years now, this is where it comes in, where like you have big 6A teams, those big schools, they don't have to do that, because most of they got great players on defense and they got great players on offense. So like that's what I think, like, it's risking them to get hurt more, because you got them playing both ways. You gotta limit them on offense, because you got them playing more on defense. And I guess because they need more help on defense on the secondary, because they're just getting burnt over top. Like, I don't know what was. I know Cedar Hill, the secondary was one of the biggest problems, they said, in the Cedar Hill game. So with that being said, man, still, it's great to see them come out and just dominate. I told people they gonna come out better than they did last week. I said it, and that's what happened. So hey, we looking up to Longview. Longview, they got through beating Marshall pretty bad. So, I think Marshall came out thinking everything was sweet, and they beat Lee. And like, oh yeah, we finna come to Longview and just have our way with them. But you can't compare Lee to Longview. I mean, it's just no comparison. Lee is just not the team to base your wins and stuff off of, because they just not the team. But I mean, they able to score points. They would probably be right. I think they can still probably make a playoff spot if they get some. They just need to beat one team, one of those good teams like Heath, or not Heath, but Rockwall, Longview, or one of those guys. One thing, because they can beat like North Mesquite, West, and other teams. They probably can beat them too. But man, it's a good day. The Cowboys ain't doing about nothing right now though. But I got the game streaming. I would stream the game for y'all while we doing the podcast, but it'll probably cut the footage off, because every time people stream stuff, it starts getting copyrighted, and then they'll all of a sudden transmission lost because nothing happened. The game's on. So, but if there's a case that I can do that and we're doing it live, I might start doing that. But for right now, 3rd and 7, Dak cannot throw. Good Lord. Okay, man. I'm just we're just gonna move on from that. Okay. Yeah, man. CJ's here with me, man. We're gonna get back to this John Tyler high school football thing, and yeah, it was a good day, good week. Thanks for bringing CJ on to tell you some more about this. And since we live, people got questions and stuff. We'll take the after everything. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, good win for JT Lee. It was a terrible loss for these guys. Wow. That was the biggest. It was good. I'm glad. I was good. I was happy to see that, because those last 2 years, losing Lee, they needed to make a statement. And yeah, that was the big one there. And good thing it didn't rain. The rain didn't rain it out. Like, it was a perfect day. And people sending me messages on Facebook. You mother. All right, there we go. Got CJ coming over.
What's happening, world? Hey, going live and direct on this wonderful Sunday. Shout out to, I want to just say this first. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in live right now. We decided to do something a little different, with the No Huddle podcast, with this duo we got here. There's no telling what we got up our sleeve, though. But let me start off. Let me get into, echo a little bit what Rod was talking about. And, I'll throw a few stats at you all. Hey, what we was looking forward to, we was going to see how John Tyler was going to respond after that debacle of opening game against Cedar Hill. And no better way to do it than against your crosstown rival, Robbie Lee Red Raiders. Now, I was really looking forward to. I wasn't really worried about the offense. I figured they could put up some points against Lee's defense. I just wanted to see how JT's defense was going to respond. And, gave up 21 points. But let me say this. Let me say this first. The defense gave up about 427 yards to Lee. Now, Lee, I don't think. Now, like I said, Rob watched them against Marshall the first game. He said they didn't look too impressive. They didn't look too explosive. Even though it's early in the season, they got a new quarterback. You're trying to replace Chance Amy. And also, in this game, they're missing their home run hitter, Ladarius Wickware. Now, that's one guy you definitely have to account for in Lee's offense. He's a home run hitter. John Tyler found that out last year. And when as anticipated, I figured he would hit at least one up the gut, and he did last year in that game against John Tyler. But the secondary is still a question mark. I saw a quote from Coach Holmes saying, basically I'm paraphrasing, it's a work in progress, but that's what they practice for, But they'll be definitely tested in the weeks coming up. You got Longview coming up this coming Friday night, and then you got Euless Trinity coming up, and there's some the district games coming up. So we're gonna see how that moves together. And like Coach Holmes has said before, that's why they make the schedule like this. You got to find out what kind of team John Tyler really is. You don't want to, you don't want to throw nothing easy at him. Then you're not, you're not battle tested early, because this is what helps you get ready for the playoffs. Because football in the state of Texas, it's not an easy task, man. It's not. I mean, a lot of teams can't even get into the playoffs, but once you get in, hey, it's powerhouses. Especially you're gonna face a lot of teams like John Tyler. They're gonna face a lot of teams in the Metroplex area, and there's a few in the district, and we're gonna see what happens. But let me say this: the offense, John Tyler's offense, more than 700 yards of offense against Lee, en route to the 65-21 win. Hey, Cam Grant, Rob mentioned him a little bit ago. Nearly 400 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. He even had an interception on defense. The guy's playing both offense and defense right now. Sensational performance. John Tyler, they even led 51-7 at one time. And also you got Roderick Hawkins, who I expect a good year from. I mean, you got a taste of him last year. He went over 100 yards on just 10 carries. So, and Devlin Woods, glad to have him back. I know that offense and the coaching staff were glad to have him back. He had 207 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He hooked up with Keandre Street, the stud on the outside, 4 catches, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. You definitely got to get the ball in his hands. They really couldn't get him started. First game, I mean, hey, it was a wipeout, but you got to get the ball in his hands, and I'm going to see how they do that against